Hi everyone, this is Gaurav here. Welcome to all of you on this YouTube channel. As I said in the last video that I will be coming with an entire series where we will be learning how to build AI agents. So this is going to be the second video of this series. In the first video, we built an AI chatbot, and in this video, we'll be building a basic AI agent using VoiceFlow. We will be also going through the basic concepts of VoiceFlow, as in recently VoiceFlow has launched multiple updates, so the earlier videos available on the YouTube are obsolete now. So you can start your journey from this video. You can learn how to build AI agents. And if you don't know about the AI agents are one of the biggest opportunity in the AI space where you can start your career as an AI entrepreneur. So without further ado, let's get started.
So I go search voice flow. So let's see how does it work and how the interface look like. Okay, so we have two options right now. So the one is that we can go for the basics, the documentation, and then another is that we can directly go to the creator side. Okay, so let's just understand the documentation. That is very important to understand. So here they have provided video tutorials. You can go through them. They have templates and then they have community. Let's visit the documentation first. Okay, so in the documentation part, they have multiple videos explaining about how does it work, how these AI agents are built, then how you can deploying them, and how you can improve that. So you will always see the table content here, and then this is the welcome side. Okay, so this is a quick start guide where you will be understanding how you can create an AI agent that I will be also showing up. And then it's how does it deployed, and then how you can deploy it on any website or social media. Right. So there are some basics of voice flow that it is better if you go through all of them, because you will eventually get understanding of how does these all things work in AI agent particularly. Okay, so one more thing I would like to highlight again, that I told you about the basic AI chatbot and then AI agent. So always remember the difference, because in AI agent is that it can be connected to multiple APIs. So here it has a capability to take action over the CRM, over the APIs, and to fetch data. So ultimately, an AI agent is perceived as like who can take action, basically, who can done things for you. Now, here are some basic things that are need to very that needs to understand is that some is how does it work. Now, here are some things that are very important to understand is that the few things here. This is called as intents, entities, and events. So, what are intents? So, suppose that your agent is talking to any customer or any visitor out there on the website, and the first objective is to understand the customer's requirement, his intents, that what is his intent, right? If the agent is not able to understand the intent, then there is no meaning to converse with an AI agent, right? So intent is something which is very important. Now there comes the entity. Suppose the user is talking to this AI agent and he's telling his name, phone number, etc., email ID, what he wants to do, and the AI agent is not able to understand what he is like talking about. Like suppose I just say, hey, my name is Gaurav. On one thing is that I said, hey, I'm Gaurav. So the agent should be understand. So the agent should understand that what is name in that entire sentence. So here we call this as entities. So we'll all be learning about this in the main section. So you can go through all this documentation. These are something which has a very basic knowledge to advance that you will be building in. That will be eventually helping you to build your AI agent. All right. So also they have mentioned the prompt section. Okay, guys. So remember one thing: while you start building AI agent, learn prompting parallelly, because this is something which is very important and which is very crucial part. If you manage to build an AI agent but you haven't given the proper prompt context, so what will happen is that the AI agent will hallucinate, and in that hallucination it will do wrong thing and you will get very badass feedback from your client. Okay, so just go through all of them. These are very basic and you can understand how does this work. So without wasting further more time, I will be just switching to the creator side, which is the Canva of the voice flow. So you can relate this voice flow with the Figma. That Figma is generally for UI and UX, so you can consider that for website particularly. So you can consider that the voice flow is a kind of Figma for AI agents, where you can design and craft and make any kind of AI agent. Voice flow was not very advanced few months back, but it is now improving a lot. Okay, so let's go to the workflow builder. So we are here at the creator. Now this is the creator part of this voice flow. So here we can see multiple things like agent section. Then there is a learn section, which has a documentation. Then the team and billing, whatever your bill will be there. So and then the templates. So okay, let's just visit the template. Suppose you don't know about how to build an AI agent and you want to start immediately. So what can you do? So you can just visit their template part. They have a lot templates. So what you can do is that you can visit these templates and then you can understand how does this template work. So all these are built by Daniel and Brandon and Peter. Daniel is a team member of a VoiceFlow. Brandon is running an AI agency. He is called, his agency name is Inflate. Okay, so these are the some of the templates that you can go through and you can learn from these. If you don't know about, no, if you haven't built any AI agent, so you can, what you can do is that you can just go through these and then you can sell these to their targeted audiences. So eventually you will be making money. Now let's come to the part of creator side. So here we will be creating an AI agent. This is the invite section. Then here you can create the new agent. Here's I'm just writing the name Olivia. Okay, so they are asking for a URL, which will be the database of this AI agent. So I'm just taking my previous client website. So here I have put it the links of the website. So what it will do is that it will crawl over the internet and find this website and it will find the data over the website, and it will use as a database for that website. Now it is training itself from the data. So this training is very basic. It is just having some idea what this website is all about. And eventually the training will be when we will be prompting, and then after prompting, we will be fine tuning the agent. The actual training start from when we finally provide all the data, then after we provide prompt, and thereafter when we starts fine tuning any AI agent. So there is the main training session that goes through. Okay, so we have given the knowledge base here. So you can see that it has a knowledge base now, and then in the knowledge base we have provided the website. So you can add more data source using this. So you can provide URLs, you can provide site maps, and then you can upload any file, whether it is the PDF, text, or doc. Then you can also provide a plain text, and then you can connect it with Zendesk also. Okay, so let's come to the part of settings here. So what does it? So any knowledge base you provide, so there is an AI model that you have to deploy it. So I am deploying it the ChatGPT 3.5, which I think which is very fine. And when it comes to in an intermediate level of model, I generally prefer 4O Mini. Now let's come to the temperature. So what is temperature? How does it work? So temperature is something which is work as a, suppose you have given some instruction and you want all these instructions to follow absolutely without using any creativity by AI agent. So what you have to do is that you have to keep it as minimum as you can. That is 0. So at 0, it will follow your instruction absolutely without using its own creativity and other knowledge bases. Now, if you manage to do it at 0.10 or something like that, so what it will do is that it will have an idea of your like it will prioritize your instruction, but it will also use its own creativity. Then there is a token section. So how does token work? Token is something which it will be like the minimum it is, the smaller the response will be. Understood? So the token is that suppose it you are keeping at minimum level. So the response when the any AI agent generate, it will keep it very shorter. Larger the token, larger size of the response will be there. Now there comes the chunk limit. Chunk limit is something, suppose you are providing a huge amount of data and the data is segregated in multiple way. So what the AI agent do is that it has a crawler. So it crawl over the data and find the answer. So suppose if you keep it maximum and you have suppose more than 100 files uploaded in the agent knowledge base, and you have managed to like keep this chunk limit at 10. So what it will do is it will crawl over all the data, not just 1 or 2 and 30%, 40% of the data. It will crawl over the data and will find best answer for you. But it has also a side effect that is that it will consume more and more tokens, which eventually be increasing your bill. So be remember about that thing. So generally you can keep it at 3, which is a sound. It can crawl 30-40% of the data and can find answer, best answer for you basically. Now let's go to the workflow. So this is a knowledge base where you can upload any kind of sitemap. If you don't know what the sitemap, so sitemap is basically, suppose you have a website and website has a mappings of multiple links. So sitemap is something which has a, you put a website link and then you can write a sitemap.xml. So what it will do is that it will also fetch all the links that has embedded on website. So here you can increase the database size. Now there comes the workflows and there comes the content and the natural NLP. So these are the basic functions that you will be using eventually while building your AI agent. So how does this work? So the first thing comes here is the message. So when you are building an AI agent, most of the time what you will do is that the answer will be generated by AI, but few times you will be writing them manually. So all the responses that are written manually, like, hey, your new AI agent, sorry, I didn't quite get that. Can you please try asking the question in a different way? So these are the few manually returned. messages that eventually a customer will be experiencing while talking to this particular AI agent. Now let's understand the prompt section. So how does prompt section work? So prompt section is something which, like, suppose you have the entire conversation flow from one to end. Then at every point you can manage to give, you can provide editable prompts. So here what it happens is, suppose at a conversation flow, the conversation goes deviate from a particular path. So you can prompt every answer that is provided by the agents. So this is how it works. Now there comes the component size. Suppose you are making the flow and there are few things that you will be using eventually multiple times. So you can select them and you can choose as them as a component. So you can save them and you can use them for multiple times. So this is how you can create components. Now there comes events. So how does events work? So, okay, so let's understand the situation that there is a website and you have embedded this AI agent at a homepage. Now, this visitor who is visiting the website does not want to talk to this AI agent directly. So what he do is that he goes over the thing and then he order a particular order and then he has checked out. Now he has some problems, and that is to he wants to talk to customer support. Okay, but he is on the fourth or fifth page of the website, right? Now here what it does is that it will see the help option or the contact us option. So as it click on the help option or the contact us options, what it will do is that it will be creating a trigger to this AI agent and this AI agent will pop up. So here this event is to connect this AI agent with particular scenarios and particular buttons on the website where it will identify that the user needs help on that context, and this help can be provided by the particular AI agent, right? It could be anything. It could be related to contact us, it could be related to booking, and it could be related to any order. So there, if the customer click on that particular link or the button, then this AI agent will pop up and will understand. It will have the already the pre-built context that, hey, are you feeling any problem to contact us? So I can help you here. This is how this event is been created. So it eventually improve customer experience. Now let's see variables. So there are multiple variables saved already here. So let's see how they are. They are clarifying questions, intent confidence, and then last responses, last utterances, and local and platform and different kind of thing, right? So how these variables work and how they are. So let's understand from the which is very most commonly used, that is last utterance, last responses, and then the VF memory and user ID. These are the few variables that we will be using multiple times while building our AI agent. So how a variable works? Suppose you are interacting with the AI agent and you said, hey, the agent said, hey, you said, hey. Now your responses hi will be saved in the last utterances. Now you move ahead and the agent says, hey, how are you? And you said, hey, I'm good. So here the I am good response will be saved to last utterances, but the hi will be removed to other. Now the variable which is called as last response. So this is something for yourself as an interactive human. The variable last utterances is saved for you, and for agent response, the last response is saved for him. So the agent's last response is called as last response, and last utterances is something which is used for human. There comes the VF memory. VF memory has some last 10 messages that will be saved directly to the VF memory. So you will be able to use these variables while writing prompts to give the context about what you were talking about while interacting with the AI agent. Now there comes the function option, which is I won't be explaining right now because it has something which is very complicated. So I will be eventually helping you to learn while we will be building AI agents. Then comes the intents and entities. These are the two functions which is very important, very crucial while building. Okay, so let's understand how these intents work. Suppose that there is an AI agent deployed on a website. Now the visitor comes in and then he's interacting with the AI agents, but the AI agents is not able to understand what is the intent of this visitor. So what it will do is that it will be a no intelligence. It has no intelligence then, so it won't be able to recommend the product that user can have, right? So eventually, intent is something which is very important to understand for AI agents to ultimately help the customer or the visitor on the website. Then comes the entities. Entities is something while interacting. Suppose this human is telling, "Hey, my name is Gaurav and my phone number is this." So as this person has said all the details, but the agent, how the agent will understand is through the entities. He will take out these entities as like a name and the phone number, and it will save them into the variable. And you can use this variable to save to this all the data into CRM. So this is how this AI agent can save the data, can save the intent, can save the entities, and it can eventually save them to CRM. Now, these are the integration section. So here we have explored the agent content, then it has the integration. How does it integrate it? So suppose we manage to build an AI agent, and then you can copy this code after customization of UI. You can copy this code and you can save to the first page of the website in the body section of the HTML code. Then there are API keys that you can use for multiple functions. We will be learning these two. Now there comes the publish option. So how you can publish is that the first thing you have to do is that after building AI agent, you have to publish it, right? Thereafter, you can deploy it on any website or any social media. Now there comes the transcriptions. So how does transcription work? So suppose that you are interacting with the AI agent, so all the transcriptions will be saved here. You can easily read all these transcriptions. Now the analytics here, you can see what kind of intent has been triggered multiple times, and what is the recognition rate, and single everything are there. There comes the setting options. So you can little much customize things here according to your requirement while using the functions and environment, and these are the basic things you can just use while building agents. So without further wasting more time, let's switch to the workflow. And now I'm just starting up here. Okay, so this is a pre-built AI agent which is available right now. So we won't be using this, and so I'm deleting all these things. So we have come to the canvas section. Now let's understand. We have cleared the canvas here. Now let's understand this basic block section. So first block section, in the block section, we get the response AI and the set AI. Response AI is something which is the response will be provided by the AI model, and with the knowledge base AI. So consider there are two type of AI, which is in the response AI section. Let's take it here. So here the response will be generated by two methods. The one will be the knowledge base, another will be the AI model. Now we can provide some prompts here to here the answer will be crafted according to the prompt. So I have built this agent already. So I'm using the pre-built uh, prompts here. So here we are using this prompt, and will be using this as a greeting prompt. Okay, so this is how this model name is. Her name is Olivia. She's a representative of Alive Ivy Clinic, and she will be greeting the user in an Australian accent. All right. So I don't need to write a custom message here. So if we want to write a custom message here, we can use this block here. We can write custom message. So the greeting will be by custom message. So we can write any, and then we can generate variants of this particular message. But here I'm not using that one. Now that thereafter the prompt section is there. So these are the four blocks we can use. Prompt is something I can provide prompts, and the response will be generated by the prompt. There's a minor difference between this AI and this AI, because this is something where the only answer will be provided by that prompt. Now thereafter the image section. Suppose that the user is interacting with the pizza delivery agent. So the pizza delivery agent will be showing the photo of the pizzas. So in that kind of AI agents where you need images to show about product, or any e-commerce agent where you are buying some product on the e-commerce website. So there's an agent which will be recommending you the photos, products according to the photos. So this is something we can be used for this kind of agents. And the card is something where multiple images can be used, and the scroll is something where we can we can scroll over the multiple images. There comes the listen section. So in the listen section, there are three blocks we get. The one is the button section, another is the choice section, and third one is the capture section. So a button is something where the user will be just pressing button, and it will be taking as a response by user. The another is the choice, where the agent will be giving the two choices or two, three, or multiple choices to take the response from the user, input from the user. And the third one is the capture, where the user will be writing its own manual message, and it will be capturing that response and identifying it, right? There comes the logic section. In the logic section, there is a condition section. So condition block is something, suppose you want to address particular situation with a condition that, okay, so in that situation, suppose this doesn't happen. So in that scenario, this will happen. So there we can use if condition. Okay, if this not, so this one, right? So in that scenario, we can use if conditions. Now there comes the set section. This is pretty different from this set AI. So this is something which is you provide AI to follow some actions. So this is a AI model, but here this is a set. So here is that you can set some functions that, okay, if the situation does not meet this thing, so you can set some value, predefined values according with the using the set block. Now there comes the component section. So in the component section, we can make workflows, a component of a multiple workflows. So suppose if we need that this is a workflow we need multiple times in the upcoming workflow, so we can make a component out of that and we can save it. So this will be used multiple times. And now there's an end section. So end section is something which is very important. We have to end it anywhere. Like at anywhere we have to end the chat, right? So it will be something we have to use it. Now I have provided some greeting prompts, so it will be crafting its first message according to the instruction I have provided. Now let's go to the another section. We need to take the input from the user now. So I'm using the capture block. Okay, so here the answer will be captured from the user. Now here this option is given, that is entities and the entire user reply. So what are they? So entity is something when we are expecting that user is providing some entities like name, phone number, email kind of thing. So here we will be using entity section. So the anything it is providing will be saved to the entities. Now we are using here the entire user reply just because that we want the entire response from the user so that we can identify what the user wants. So suppose that we are getting the response and now we are saving the user reply to the last utterance. Last utterance is a variable. So we can use this variable to define the agent response now. Let's go this way. Now we need another response AI. So suppose that we are getting now the user response. So we need to respond according to the knowledge base, according to the business context we have already. So here we are using knowledge base. So in the knowledge base, we have the website knowledge that we have provided in the knowledge base section. So there is a database. So the responses here will be crafted according to the knowledge base. Now it is asking the question. Like in the question section, I'm mentioning the last utterance. So the any input which is provided by user will be saved here in the last utterance, and this last utterance will be provided to the as a question to the AI. So AI will understand it's as a query, and it will respond according to the instruction I will provide here. So for that matter, I have already crafted the prompts. So I will be using all that prompts here. So this is the prompts I have crafted. So in the next video, I will be coming with the prompts. So I'll be teaching you about how you can use these prompts and then you can craft your answer accordingly. Right. So has been done now. Now, suppose the answer is not found in the knowledge base by the AI. So in that situation, we need to deal it with the AI response. So here we are dealing with that AI response. So again, here we will be using that AI model, and that in the response section, we will be providing that you need to answer. Okay, so here for we have different prompts. So there's a difference between this prompt and this prompt. Now let's understand what this prompt has a difference. So here the prompts I have provided has a information and instructions that hey, you have the database given, provide the response according to the knowledge base kind of thing, right? But here with the instruction I have provided the database also, so that AI can have an understanding of the context I'm talking about, right? So I have given the all the basic information about the business so that it can understand that what level I have to craft the answer. So here I am providing the prompts. Now we have after passing through this both two blocks, the response will be generated. So suppose the response will be generated is generated from here, and in that situation we need to listen the user again. So here we will be using the listen block, and here's a capture block, and we also we using this capture block here again, and we need to say the user reply in the again the into the last utterance. So let's test it here, that how does it sound. Okay, so I need to change the model. Okay, so if you are using the cloud A option, we are using the Anthropic or the cloud A. So here it will be answering in this manner. So we need to remove that thing. So for that matter, we will be changing the AI model here. That is Haiku. Okay, so we are using ChatGPT 3.5. So now you can feel the change here, and we also will be changing AI model here, and we'll be selecting it as a 3.5. Okay, so this model has been selected already by externally. And now let's check this one also. So we are using ChatGPT 3.5 here, and we are decreasing the temperature so that it won't use its creativity, and it will follow the instruction that has been provided. Now let's run it. We have trained it, and now let's run it. So she is saying, "Good day, mate. Welcome to Live IV Clinic. How can I assist you today?" And I am saying, "Hey, I am looking for new cell therapy." Now we can see the flow here, that the flow is here now, and now this answer will be gone through here. Okay, so the path followed was this, and the answer was not found in the knowledge base. So here the trigger was that is not found is triggered, and this answer has been responded by the AI model that is here. Okay, so this question that I have been put here is this query about the new cell therapy has not been found in the knowledge base, which is why? Because we have just put the knowledge base of the website, which is very limited. So here it is saying that, okay, new cell therapies are formulated by the top medical professional, ensuring that you receive highest quality vitamins and minerals and antioxidants. Now you can observe that this answer is so long. So how can we reduce it? Okay, so we can reduce it by controlling its token size. So we are here that it is has limited to 128 tokens, and now we are limiting it to 60. So the response will be lower. Okay, so in this response, system instructions I'm also providing. Right, well crafted more responses. Now let's test it again. Okay, I am looking for new cell therapy. So now you can observe the answer that is well crafted now. Okay, so this time this answer has been responded by this one. Okay, so the answer is again well crafted now. New cell IV therapy at Alive Clinic offers IV drips like new cell, IV revive, recharge, refresh, designed to restore vitality and energy. Okay, so this response has been crafted. All right, so now we need to use these messages in the blocks again and again to answer the user. We can do one more thing is that we can create the component of these three, and we can use these three blocks as a component, and we can use it for multiple times. So, but here I am taking the conventional method. So let's just copy it, then paste it. Okay, so here we are getting again. Okay, so now we need to respond user for multiple times before we collect his data. So what we will do is that we will use the same manner for multiple times so that we can engage with the user. Thereafter, we can ask about his name or this and that, right? So before that, let's just create a component, or we can use these blocks for multiple times. So these three blocks have been copied now, and now let's use them here. Okay, so we can delete this one and we can connect directly this to this, and then we can create another one here and we can use this one to here. Okay, so here the user will be asked 3 times, and thereafter we will ask his name so that it won't hamper the customer experience. So here you can see that the first time the response will be saved. The response will be generated by the knowledge base, and then if the answer is not found in the knowledge base, then the response will be generated by the AI model. Then in the same manner, we will ask again from the user. Then the response will be generated by again the knowledge base, and if the answer is not found, it will be generated by the AI model. Thereafter, the same situation was for 3 times. Now we will be asking his name. So, I forgot to connect this link here. In that same manner, we need to connect this to 1, 2, and 3 times. Okay, so we need to connect this block again, and now we need to create a message here. So we will be crafting a manual message, and we will be connecting this to this. Here we will ask the name. Okay, so for that matter, we will be using the same. To better understand, can you provide your name, please? Okay, we are creating multiple variants of it. Now things has been done. Okay, so now we are listening his responses. Okay, so here what happens is that we are asking his name. So we need to change this one to entire user reply to entities, and we will be asking his entity. So we'll be creating an entity. So we are choosing the name. We are asking the user name. So this the data type we have selected is the name. So any person who is writing, hey, my name is Gaurav, or hi, I'm Gaurav, or hey, this is Gaurav. So here what happens is that the name will be saved only rather than the entire user reply, and this will be saved into this entity name as a under user slash name. So we are creating the entity here. So now this you suppose here at this point the user will be providing his name. So we will be using that name in the talk option. So we can use the user name here. So to make it more personalized, suppose you said, hey, my name is Gaurav. Okay, so the agent will be responding, hey, thanks Gaurav. Thank you for response. And now let's understand what he's looking for. Okay, so here we are asking his name, and then we will be asking about his contact number. So in the same manner, I'm using this one. Okay, so we are asking his phone number here. And we are creating multiple variants so that it won't feel monotonous. Now we are asking his phone number. So we are asking his phone number. Okay, again, there is an entity. We are using as an entity. Then we are creating entity, and then entity is a user phone number. So here in the data type, we can select the phone number, and we are creating the entity again, phone number. Okay, so reprompt is something which is, suppose the user does not provide the phone number here. So in that section is that it will reprompt, it will craft again its answer, and then it will be saying, suppose the user said, hey, my phone number is 943, just that. So here what it will do is that we can set some parameters to define the phone number. It could be anything according to India, according to US, according to Canada. So here what we do is that we can define that this could be the number only. So we will be using next entity here, and we will be using it at defining the phone number. So we have generated a prompt here. So in that manner, suppose the user does not provide the phone number, so it will be providing this manner. So we are, okay, so here we are making it as a reprompt. Now we need to ask his email. So here we will be asking his email number. Please provide your email also. Okay, so here we are asking about the emails. Okay, so now we are asking for his email. So again, capture and entities. Now we will create another entity, name as email. So let's see, email is there. So we can save this entity as a user email. Okay, so this entity has been created now. Email. So we have asked the email address. Now what we have to do is we had to respond the user that thanks for sharing your contact. Okay, so we need to save the email here. So the thing is that how we can do that. Now suppose we have the email of the user. So what we have to do is that we need to save these entities like name, email, and phone number. So we will be creating an API block here, which we'll be using to connect with a Google Sheet. We have created this API block, and we will be using this post API section, and we will be connecting it to the Google Sheet. Let's come to this Google Sheet here. I'm creating a new Google Sheet, and I will be helping you to understand this, how you can create a Google Sheet with a webhook. Earlier, most of the people who use particularly make.com to connect this both two, like AI Agent and the Google Sheet, but we will be using only the Google Sheet here, and we will be creating a webhook on Google Sheet itself. So the test agent, the name is test agent. Now we are creating a add-on here. So in the extension block, you can come on and then you can find a webhook here. Okay, so webhook for sheet. So here you can find this webhook for sheet. You can install it on your sheet. So I have already installed it, so I'll be using this one. Now you will find this webhook there. So you can find in this block section. As you keep it on, you will find this webhook here. Okay, so I'm just keeping it active now. So I'm creating this webhook. I'm just creating it here. So as I create here, you will find an option here that it will be active on here. So let's just wait to install this webhook here. Okay, so we need to refresh it here, and then we will see a webhook option here. Okay, so it has arrived. Now we need to authorize this webhook. It is asking for authorization. So I'm signing my account here. So this has been authorized now, and we can see the webhook is active. So what we need to do is that we need to activate it. Okay, so it is been active now. So what we can do is we can use this webhook URL, and we can connect Olivia directly to this webhook. Okay, so in the body section, we need to mention the form data, what kind of data we want to save. So here the variable we will be using, which is the user name. This is the username in the name block. Then we need to create a body block. So here you can see the headers and parameters we will be using. We will be using parameters particularly, but also the main important thing is that we need to save the data. So here we will be saving the email address. Here we'll be mentioning that email address is being saved here. Now there's another body form. In this body form, we will be saving the phone number, and here the phone number will be mentioned. Okay, so it's been done now. So here we need to mention one more thing, that is parameter. In the parameter section, we will mention the ID of the Google Sheet ID. So I'm just writing it here. In the parameter section, I'm using the Google Sheet ID, which is, you can see here. So till then, this part, after D and slash, you can use this as link as a Google Sheet ID. Okay, so here I'm putting this value. Now it is been activated. So I'm writing any name here. Or this email is updated@gmail.com. The phone number will be 967, nothing like that. Okay, so this response has been generated now. So let's see how does it work, whether it is successful or not. Okay, so this is showing that this is successful now. So it is on 201. So let's see that whether it is working in the Google Sheet or not. So we can see here that it is activated now. We can see the name, phone number, and the email address here. So this is something, this is how we can save the data. Okay. So the A section has to be removed. So this is how we can save the data in the list. Now let's come here again. So what we have to do is that we have to follow the another path here, that is to talk again. So as I said that we will be creating only basic agents. Then I am saying that, hey, thanks, name, how can I help you, brother? So I'm creating 5 agents here. So what I will do is that I have taken his name, email, and phone address, and now I need to help that visitor. So how can I do that? And I need to put that user in a loop where if he has any kind of requirement or any kind of queries, AI agent will be there and will be talking to that visitor in a loop. So I will be creating an entire loop here. So how can I do that? Okay, so let's back to the section here. Here we copied that thing, right? So I'm copying this part and I'm using it again and again so that I can use it for multiple times. Okay, so this is the part where I can use it and it has been copied now. Okay, so I'm using it here. Now this response will be given to this and this will be the loop here. So how can I create the loop here is that by following a method of this to this and this to this. Suppose this user asks any question, it will be followed by the custom knowledge base, and if the answer is not found, it will be directed to the API AI response. And from the AI response, the again back to this last address from the where the capture block is, and again this will be the loop. So this will be the loop here, and the user will be stuck to this loop and will be asking any question. So this is how we can create a basic AI agent. Now it's time to test it here. That how does it work? For that matter, I have created the another entire agent, which will be the time will be very stretching here. So on the next video, we will be building the entire AI agent. So this will be look like that kind of thing. It's so messy. It's so it takes time to build such huge agent. Okay, so let's test it here. Okay, so I am putting some questions here, and it will be responding to me accordingly. So hey, I'm looking for new cell therapy. Okay, she's asking my name. So hey, because she should be asking, but not in one go. All right. So she is the flow has been triggered multiple times. All right. So hey, yes, my name is Gaurav. Now she will be asking, okay, thanks 720. Please share contact number. So I think there's a error between saving the name. Let's see why she's not saving my name. Okay. So I have chosen the username here, but I haven't defined the name. Maybe with the issues. Okay, so she should be using the value name. Right. Okay, not that one. I'm not looking this one. Okay, so hopefully it will work. All right, so let's check it from here. Okay, so it says it is working right now. So it has a debug. So we have solved the bug now. Now test it again. We need to train the first because we haven't trained it properly. So one more thing here is that whenever we are training any AI agent, remember one thing, that as you fine tune any AI agent, it will learn on the data and as you fine tune it more. So the responses will be always crafted in a new manner whenever you talk to this AI agent. So you can understand that it has a self-learning capabilities that it eventually develop over a period of time and while having a conversation with the visitors. Hi, I need a help in new cell therapy. Okay, so the answer has been a little cut here because we have set some token limits. So we have to be very careful while we were building. We need to be careful about that thing also. Okay, tell me prices of the therapy. Okay, she's telling me the prices of the therapy. Now she's asking me my name. It's Gaurav. Okay, so she's debugging again. Now let's check what's the problem here. I guess this is the issue. So let's check it here. So I need to change the username to this one. So rather than defining the values, this is the example here. So it could be like Sumit. No, I need no prompt here. Okay, so this is the malfunction here. I need to report it here again. It is asking for reprompt without like the C prompt section is off. Still, it is asking for thing. Okay, no issues. We can use the variable here. The variable will be like entire user apply, and we can create a variable with the function of user name, and the default value will be just okay. So all right, so we need to use a set AI here, and we will be prompting. Okay, so we can use this here. Okay, so let's understand how set AI works also. It will be easy to understand now. So in that kind of situation, we need to debug that kind of thing. So I have saved the entire user reply into the utterances, last utterance. Okay, so the last response, suppose my response is something, hey, my name is Gaurav. So it is being saved in the last utterance. Now we need to find out the only name, that is the Gaurav as an entity, because the entity section is not working properly. So here we need to save it to the set AI. So according in the set AI, we will prompt AI to find out the name and then save it to the variable. So I am saying, hey, find out the username from the last utterance and save it to name. And this will be applied to uname. Okay, so it will be saved now. Okay, so we need to remove these two because we need to write it again anywhere we are doing that thing. So I have created a multiple variants here. Now let's set label. Find name of the user. Let's test it again here. Okay, so we need to debug it now. So it is working properly. Let's test it here again. Looking for new cell therapy. Help me to find the prices. So she's asking my name. It's go. Okay, so this is yeah. The last name is MI3WA. Okay, it's 96 then 9867845621. Okay, so this is how you can provide the data. As the data has been provided, it will trigger the API call and the data will be saved. So we can check it here. The data will be saved here. So this is how we can save any data here on this Google Sheet without using any other subscription like Wake.com. We can install an extension of Webhook on Google Sheet itself, and then we can connect it to the VoiceFlow agent. The agent we had just built was a very basic. I won't call it as an AI agent again, because when we build an AI agent, it has a multiple API connection. So it should be very in terms of capability, it should be very large. So here we just save the data from an AI agent to the Google Sheet. So you can call it as a lead capture AI agent, right? So that's all for today. In the next video, we will be learning about prompt engineering. We will be crafting prompt, and then because prompting is something which is very important while we are building any AI agent. So let's understand about the basics of prompt in the next video. I'll be coming with the we will be learning about the role prompting and the few shot prompting. So that's all for today. We'll see you in the next video.